Hello, my name is Najwa Soraya. I'm from class 334E07. I wanna make a video for midterm exam debating. So let's start it. This house prefers a world where history is told through first-person accounts rather than textbooks. Introduction. The idea that his house prefers a world where history is told through first-person accounts rather than books is appealing because it prioritizes personal narratives and individual experiences over formal academic materials. While teaching history via the prism of personal experiences might provide unique insight, there are some compelling reasons to oppose this method. In this debate, I will discuss the several disadvantages of prioritizing first-person stories over textbook when teaching history. Number 1. Bias and subjectivity. First-person report inevitably convey the narrator's prejudice and professional opinion. When people describe their experiences, their perspectives are influenced by their beliefs, value, and emotion at the moment. These biases can affect the representation of historical events, resulting in one-sided view. Teaching history solely through such perspective may give an unbalanced perspective, emphasizing some narratives while ignoring others. Furthermore, rather than encouraging a true grasp of history, these prejudices may foment division and perpetuate stereotypes. Potential for bias. First-person narratives might reflect the biases and viewpoint of the one presenting them. People's memories of events may vary, and their accounts may be impacted by their personal beliefs, experiences, and backgrounds. Relying primarily on these narratives can result in a distorted understanding of history, with certain perspectives overemphasized and others ignored. Textbooks aim to give a more balanced and objective view of history by incorporating a variety of sources and opinions. Number 2. Lack of context. By combining data from several sources and presenting it in an organized manner, textbooks give readers access to a wider text. With the help of this synthesis, students may put historical events in the right context and comprehend the larger trends and patterns. First-person narratives, on the other hand, frequently include significant, more general historical patterns and occurrences in favor of concentrating only on individual experiences. This limited viewpoint may result in a piecemeal and disconnected comprehension of history, devoid of the linkages required to grasp the wider picture. Absence of context. Textbook synthesize knowledge from several sources and present it in an organized manner, giving a more comprehensive context. With the help of this synthesis, students may put historical events in the right context and comprehend the larger trends and patterns. Conversely, first-person narrative, on the other hand, frequently include significant, more general historical patterns and occurrences in favor of concentrating only on individual experiences. This limited viewpoint may result in piecemeal and disconnected comprehension of history, devoid of the linkages required to grasp the wider picture. Lack of backgrounds. First-person reports may lack the necessary background to fully comprehend historical events. For example, an individual's personal experience may not reveal the political, economic, societal variable that influence a certain incident. Textbooks provide the required context by placing individual experiences within a wider historical narrative. Number 3. Imbalance and incompleteness. The availability of first-person narrative varies significantly based on the event or time period under study. There may be a lot of first-person accounts of some events, yet few are known at all for others. An incomplete and biased curriculum where some events or perspectives are overrepresented while others are ignored can result from this imbalance. The aim of giving students a true and well-rounded history education is compromised by such a method. Imbalance in historical representation using first-person stories may create an unbalanced view of story. Some people or groups may have more opportunities to document their experiences than others, resulting in a skewed view of history. Textbooks try to provide a more equitable portrayal by incorporating a variety of opinion sources. Number 4. Verification difficulties. Textbooks go through verification and fact-checking procedure to guarantee their dependability and correctness. First-person accounts, on the other hand, may be more difficult to confirm for accuracy. In the absence of a true vetting procedure, students may be exposed to false information. This can mislead pupils about significant historical events and damages the legitimacy of historical instruction. Challenges in verifying accuracy. First-person accounts can be difficult to check for accuracy. Personal memories can be inaccurate, and people may mistakenly or purposefully falsify events. Textbooks, on the other hand, go through a rigorous review and fact-checking procedure to guarantee that the information presented is accurate and reliable. Number 5. Insufficient organization. Textbooks provide a well-organized and logical account of history, which facilitates student comprehension of the chronology and connection between events. Since first-person narratives are usually episodic and focus on individual experiences rather than broader storylines, they may lack this coherence. Students may become confused and have fragmented understanding as a result, making it more difficult for them to understand how history unfolds and why it matters. Number 6. Both comprehensibility and accessibility. Textbooks are created with a particular educational level in mind, so students may easily access and understand them. However, there are big differences in the vocabulary, style, and complexity of first-person stories. Certain storylines could be too complex for younger pupils, while others might to be easy for more experienced ones. This disparity in accessibility can make teaching difficult and make it more difficult for students to interact with the content. Limited coverage. First-person report trend to focus on personal experiences and viewpoints, while these narratives can provide useful insight into historical events. They may only provide a partial picture of the occurred. A single-person narrative cannot fully reflect the scope of a historical event or its deeper significance. Textbooks, on the other hand, combine data from several sources to create a more comprehensive and holistic understanding of history. Number 7. Possible emotion repercussion for students. First-person narratives can be extremely emotional, particularly when they deal with painful or delicate subjects. Even though hearing the stories aloud might be beneficial, not all people or age group will find suitable. Teachers may need to handle their styles carefully because of their emotional impact, as they may fall outside the purview of traditional instructional methods. Students may get distressed as a result and need further support, which might not be easily accessible. Number 8. Ignorance of important historical themes. It is possible to overlook more general historical themes and patterns by concentrating on particular stories. This might make it more difficult for pupils to comprehend historical event causes effects, and relevance to the modern world. Textbooks aim to provide students a broader grasp of the interconnectivity of events and its long-term impacts by presenting historical events within the perspective of bigger patterns. Historical analysis and interpretation. History is more than just facts. It entails analyzing and interpreting events and patterns. Textbooks help students understand this process by offering several historical perspectives and promoting critical thinking. While first-person narratives bring personal insight, they may lack analytical depth. Number 9. Privacy and ethical issue. First-person narratives can bring up ethical and privacy issues, particularly when they deal with touchy subjects like war, genocide, or other tragic experiences. There could be ethical issues because people who are their personal narratives might not have given their permission for their experiences to be used in educational contexts. Conversely, textbooks follow moral principles and protect the privacy of those who use them. Number 10. Pedagogical restriction. First-person narrative in history classes may restrict teachers' pedagogical options. Personal stories might not provide the same depth and scope of information as textbook. Despite the fact that they might be interesting and relatable, if teachers just use first-person narratives, they could find it difficult to create lesson plans that cover all the relevant historical material. The importance of pedagogical structure. Effective history educational involves an organized method that building on underlying knowledge and move logically across time period and themes. Textbooks provide this framework, allowing teachers to communicate knowledge in a clear and structured manner. First-person stories, while useful as supplements, may not provide the essential framework for comprehensive historical teaching. Number 11. Limited access to first-person experiences. Many historical events, particularly in pre-literate societies, have not been documented through first-person experiences. Furthermore, certain groups, such as marginalized population or those with restricted educational access, may have missed out on the opportunity to memorize their experiences. As a result, depending only on first-person narrative may leave rich gaps in the historical record. 12. Possibility of false information and deception. Leaning too much on first-person narratives might lead to manipulation and false information. The selection or modification of narrative to suit particular objective might result in a skewed perception of history. In the era of digital media, where stories can be easily disseminated and altered, this risk is especially great. Textbooks provide a more dependable and impartial sources of information because of their stringent screening procedure. In summary, first-person narrative can offer insightful viewpoints and important insight into history, but they shouldn't take the place of textbook as the main resource for historical education. The disadvantages of depending only on personal narratives exceed the advantages. These disadvantages include bias, incompleteness, lack of context, difficulty in verifying, lack of structure, accessibility issue, potential emotional impact, omission of important historical themes, ethical and privacy concern, pedagogical limitation, and the possibility of manipulation and misinformation. When used appropriately, a balanced approach that includes both textbook and first-person experiences can provide students with a more true and sophisticated understanding of history.